we're not expecting many people to come to this live, especially with me not being um, on YouTube in the last, I don't know how long it's been. So we're gonna sit here and let a couple people get in here, but pretty much I'm going to explain everything that has taken place pretty much since I've been gone, and then my return and my absence again. So be a cool little story time. I hope everyone's been, great. There's been some ups and downs and some turnarounds, but we still here to talk about it. But yeah, there's been I don't know, it's been quite a lot. There's been quite a lot taking place in my life. A lot of changes, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of figuring stuff out for the first time and making mistakes and learning from them. Cause I've made a lot of mistakes. However, I learned from them. We won't be making those same mistakes again. So, uh, yeah, we're turning to, we're incorporating some new things and taking our time getting there. We're not gonna rush to process this go around, and then yeah, everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. Hey man, good to see you too, brother. I appreciate all the love and support you all give me, man. It's no easy feat. Trying to start a YouTube channel, gathering a following and maintaining that following while still trying to live life. But the story goes, when I started YouTube, I was coming into my third year of owning a landscaping company, and winter had got rough. So I figured I'd give YouTube a go because I didn't really have much going on, and it was definitely a risk because it it took away financially from me going out there and advertising my business the way I should have been. Specifically because I was trying to gain a following on YouTube. But it was winter time, so things slowed down. So it was a perfect time to actually venture off into that. Um, so I hit YouTube pretty. I hit it pretty tough in the beginning. I was trying to get at least 2 videos out a week, and yeah, pace wasn't bad. Like I said, because it was winter time and I had the time on my hands. Well, fast forward, let's see, 5 months. So I started that December of 2022, and then my brother passed away in May of 2023, and that May was like that was I think I don't know, either my 10,000 or 15,000 subscriber range, and so I was at a pretty good point in my life as far as personal achievements went, and then I got slapped in the mouth by life because after my brother passed, man, it sent me into a spiral mentally to where the days turned into seconds and the weeks turned into minutes, and the next thing I know, we're here in 2025. So I don't know. It was a major setback, and it was something I can't say that I thought I was. I can't say that I thought I was prepared for that kind of loss. Up to that point, I had been through, a vast amount of things, um, but that's just part of life. But my brother was the backbone. Like he was our support system between me and my mom. Like that was all. That was all we pretty much grew up with. So yeah, it was definitely a devastating loss, and this is where mental health comes into play. Like uh, as men, it's this unwritten rule that you got to tighten your bootstraps up no matter what mountain comes in front of you, because you have to get over that mountain. Now, the thing about it that's not really said is you may not have the strength to get over that mountain alone. And I thought I did, boy. I did. I thought I did. And then I don't know, it just all kind of hit me. Um, it all kind of hit me this last May that just passed. It's been 2 years now, You can't keep blaming, or you can't keep having an excuse for pain or turmoil or setbacks and allow it to set you back even further in the future. And it took me some getting through that to realize that you gotta open up, man. Like you gotta find you someone that you can regurgitate the experiences that you're dealing with, and hope you find some kind of progression in whatever words or opinions that you're given. And I wasn't doing that. Like, it affected everything. It affected everything. I Last year I got a contract with the city, and that's kind of not kind of that's where a lot of my energy went pretty much all of last year. And that's kind of why you didn't see me on YouTube. Not kind of, that is why I thought I was able to do both. um, However, I found out that 400 acres a month was not it was not child's play. And then on top of that, the employees that I had, they just they weren't cut out for the kind of workload that I was putting on them, and that's my fault. I should have went the more professional route and held formal job interviews. However, it was the peak of summer, and unfortunately, not a lot of people were trying to work back in 2013 or 2002, 2023. So I was taking what I could get, and um, long story short, it kind of I kind of shot myself in the foot with it, because I didn't spend a lot of time preparing and understanding what how not managing your business properly will affect not just you, but your entire crew, your entire goals. Like it took away from it took away from my ability to make common sense decisions towards everything. And I just kind of allowed them to do and come and go as they please, because I just thought I didn't have a choice. Because like I said, I was doing those 400 acres by myself for, I don't know, 2 months. And then yeah, it just required a lot, and I didn't know what else to do, or who to ask help from. And then in the process, uh, I ended up meeting some people who really weren't good for my progression in life. They taught me some valuable lessons, um, that I already knew, but I guess I was just ignoring, or I wasn't taking that issue serious. But dealing with those new individuals, they helped bring me back to reality. And this is all in the span of me dealing with the loss of my brother. People just kind of took advantage of my good nature, and um, me not me staying away from conflict. I just always take the low road, because you can't take back what you say, or you can't undo action. So before I get to that point, I shut it all down, so I don't have any kind of regrets in that manner. But they drained me, and They know who they are. But they drained me. So after going back into the dark room and doing some self-reflecting and seeing what I was in control of, what I could change, I went ahead and I started changing some stuff. I cut myself off from the world, and I started reaching out for help, different opinions, different insight, into my situation. So that leads me up until now. Um, I ended up going back to school at the beginning of the year. I'm in HVAC school right now, and that's been a pretty cool transition. So if I haven't expressed to you all, excuse my garage. Um, I got my hand in everything. Uh, I went to school for small engines, so I do a lot of four wheelers. I do a lot of go karts. Um, I have an electrical background. Am I an electrician? No, but I can wire my entire house. I know 240. I can do 120, 208, 230. Uh, but I've been trying to get back into my roots, and this is my roots. This is truly what I enjoy doing, and um, I'm going to work my way back towards what I enjoy doing. I love landscaping, and owning a landscaping company has taught me so much about life and how finances work, and how corporations work. So that's been pretty cool. So now with all of that information, I am going a different route with my business. I am going to start a fabrication company now. So by the end of July, I'll have something pretty cool to show you all that I'm building. I give you a hint. It's a 6 foot oven, but I'll tell you the purpose, what its purpose is, what its purpose is once I get it done. But that'll be pretty cool. Um, but outside of that, it's really just been a lot of self-reflecting and coming to terms with reality. Death is inevitable. So with that being the context, live life to the fullest. Never cut the day short. Uh, Take the challenge on. Like, why have an easy life? That's probably the biggest lesson that I take away from my brother passing. Like, our life wasn't easy. If y'all haven't seen the movie Straws, um, I encourage you to watch it. It brought back a lot of memories, but man, we've been struggling our entire lives. At least the people I grew up with, but we never looked at it as struggle because each of us were going through it. So we made positives out of it, and now that experience has helped us in our later years, now that we're 30, to prevail. Like, you can't lose. If you've made it this far, like, you cannot lose. You got to know that there's a higher power, and that's really been my saving grace. Is God always being there to save me, rein me back in when I stray a little too far from the path. And he ain't let me down yet, y'all. He has not let me down yet. Um, but the kids are doing great. Uh, Old lady is doing great. My truck is not doing great. I've I'm back having truck issues. So I've been I've been working on that thing for like the last 2 weeks, give or take. I've done quite a bit to it. So right now I'm dealing with an electrical issue that I just don't have the time to diagnose due to school, work, and trying to revamp the YouTube platform. Um, so that will hopefully be back in my possession relatively soon. Right now I'm using my buddy's truck because he's out on the road truck driving. So that's again, that's just another blessing because I don't have to go out and spend money on a rental truck. Um, but other than that, man, life has been great, y'all. It's been nothing but smiles and enjoying the process. Like, I love the grind. and the grind is necessary. You learn a lot. Absolutely, absolutely, definitely gonna take you along. Um, I have reached out to Al Blades in the past. However, I don't get any responses back for one reason or another, and that's fine. I've made it this far. Eventually, I'll make it. I'll make it further, but it is what it is. Uh, One day we'll be able to collab. I know you all would definitely enjoy that. But until that time comes, we'll just keep rocking and rolling the way we're going. And as of right now, there are a lot, there are a good amount of yards to put on YouTube currently. Not just cutting grass wise. We're going to start. I'm going to start pressure washing just to give a different, um, I guess, more versatile content. There we go. More versatile content. I know quite a few of you have mentioned it throughout the years, and I just haven't really had an opportunity to get around to doing it. Well, figuring out how to incorporate it in there. But I got a pretty good surface cleaner from a company, and I'm going to give them their shout outs when I go ahead and bust that bad boy out. But it's a like a 30-inch surface cleaner, and it's pretty well built, so that'd be pretty cool to see on camera. Also, I've been playing with my organic herbicide, so I got some tips for you all on natural organic weed killer. And let me see if I can flip this bad boy around. I just sprayed these. I just sprayed these weeds. I don't know, 4 hours ago, give or take. What are you doing over there, buddy? You over there playing? Watch out for the snakes, okay? Watch out for the snakes. Check out Mowing Health for mental health. He's got a unique style of yard work in Australia. I'll definitely go ahead and check that out. Um, but I've been playing with my vinegar solution. So right now I'm using 50% concentrated vinegar, and you can go to Home Depot or Lowe's and go get that. It's roughly $20 a bottle, depending on where you're at. However, you mix that with a little bit of dish soap. The dish soap helps it adhere to all the all the all the green that you will be spraying, but it works better than those harsh chemicals you get from big corporate, and it doesn't really hurt anything else. It's all natural. So that was a cool little trick that I found from someone else, and I'm gonna keep spreading that word out. Let me see what else. What other little tips and tricks have I picked up since then? You want to say hey, buddy?
Yes. Hi.
Say hey, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. Who is that?
Who do you mean, who is that? That's you.
I know who else is you.
This is YouTube.
Who
This is what you're always watching or trying to watch. Yeah, that's my little buddy. But yeah, I sprayed my whole yard, and I used it out there on the job as well, and it does pretty good. I typically only have to spray once a month, depending on how much it's raining. But that's a great solution, or a good alternate to using those. Don't put that in your mouth, child. What's wrong with you? It's a great alternative to using weed killer, actual weed killer, whatever those chemicals are. But I want some ideas from you all, like whatever I can make happen this year. That's kind of the path I want to go. I just want to start doing more outreach, I guess. And I want to be able to interact with more people who watch this content, because it's great helping my next door neighbors and people in the community. But I want to find a way. Okay, buddy.
So I can wash them inside.
Well, those are not coming inside.
But I need to keep
But
them for the garden.
Okay. Well, I want to find a way to actually I want to find a way to support you all the same way that you all have supported me. And out of the 34,000 subscribers, it's kind of hard to appease to everybody. But I would like to do my best to, you know, go in that direction. So if you all have anything, any good ideas, raffles, giveaways, meet and greets, we're down for whatever. I try to travel with my family a good amount of time, so we're willing to travel as well. I know she hasn't really been to too many states, and I've been to a few, but not enough. So if you all want to throw some comments down there, I also check my email. There's been a few people who's emailed me, and I thank you all for checking in on me. For the ones that may have emailed me or messaged me and I haven't got back, I I apologize. And I truly do mean to respond to everyone that reaches out. However, sometimes I get a little fluttered with a lot of work and family and kids stuff. As you know, little man is 4 now, and he's even more rambunctious. Ain't that right, kiddo?
And I'm getting big too.
You sure are getting big.
I'm getting
So we're getting him into the four-wheeling scene because I was a big football player back in my day, and I know my head problems. A lot of those stem from playing football. So we're going to stay away from those contact sports as long as possible,
yeah.
right?
I need a skateboard.
Gonna be a race car driver.
Yay! Daddy, and give me a skateboard.
A skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to follow my spirit majority of the time. Um, hasn't failed me yet. So we got good spirits, man. It's yeah, come on, man. You know we gotta represent. Absolutely, absolutely. What one year is gonna be our year. We was close. We was definitely close, but one day gonna be our year. One day we'll stop being silly. But y'all know, for the most part, man, I'm always in high spirit. It's not really too much that can bring me down, because one thing for sure, two things for certain. One thing I do is well under pressure. That's just always been my MO. I've always been that person that you can count on. I don't I don't tend to slack. Uh, I love the feeling of people knowing that when you are expecting me to do something, or when something is expected of me, you don't have to worry about it because it's going to get done. Oh, no, 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 we don't do the Jaguars and the Bears. Hey, buddy.
Can I go play with them?
Nah, kiddo, they're minding their business.
I know. Can I go play with them?
Is your four-wheeler charged?
Yes.
All right, well, go get on it.
Okay, just wait. Can you see me? I love these. These are my favorite.
Kansas City Chiefs. Are you a pre Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs fan, or are you a after Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs fan? Because it makes a difference. Yeah. I know the Browns have one more season like they had last year. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan right there with you. I got the bucket hat in the house waiting to get put on. Cause 31 years of my life of watching